Make a car go fast in these 3 easy steps. Thank God there's pictures. Who the hell can that be?
They're here! They're here! They're here! They're here!
Hey, I'm Mike, and welcome back to the Hangar Hideout. And boy, am I happy today. Because, okay, I'm happily married to my best friend at that.
Wait, when did that happen?
You're my best friend.
Was I drunk? Oh, okay. Okay.
I have a gorgeous daughter. I love my job. But you know what, today? Today's the best day ever. Today, we get to get codename JORTS over here into the nines. I'm super excited because I finally get to start the series that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And that's our Road to the Nines project. So in this series, we're going to see what all it takes to get this car into the nines. Now, this is going to be the first of very, very many steps, but you got to start somewhere. So in this episode, we're going to pull this motor because you got to start somewhere. I feel like that's an easy place to start. Get the motor out of the car. All right, so the first step of getting this motor out, we're going to get the car in the air and drain out all the coolant. I know, that's a good first step. Now, most of you may not have a lift or some of the tools that we're using, and you can still follow this guide along. Just do it but without those things. So once you're under the car, however you did it, could be jack, could be a lift, however you did it, we're going to want to focus our attention on this guy right here. It's the radiator drain plug, or if you got a dirty mind, call it a pet cap. I just wanted to show you guys the talent that is the perfect stream.
I didn't fuck up my watch this time.
While the coolant is draining, we don't want to waste any time because I got to get back to my family. So next step will be to take off the headers. Now to take off the headers, we're going to have to take off the X-Bike too. So Mike's already doing that part. So we're just going to loosen these clamps, and then we can go to the top of the car. This step's going to vary for you. I don't know what kind of exhaust we have. Detached from below. So now, drop the car, we're on to our next steps.
And now we have to take the headers off from the top, take this intake off, all the accessories, and these little clamps are a flathead. This is all we have. But it's about girth, not length.
Motion in the system. We've done quite a bit. A lot of clips have been broken so far, so that's going to be interesting. But now, on to our next step. Now, if I have to tell you one thing, keep yourself organized. I know I like to throw things around, but keep little boxes around. You'll thank me later. Well, let's continue, shall we? Now, we're going to raise the car back up, pull these headers down. One came from the top and one the bottom. I don't remember which one. You'll find out later. Keep watching. But also from the bottom, we're going to take the starter off. See you down there. Alrighty. Now that we're under the car, we're going to focus on this condenser line because we care about the environment. So we're going to release a little Freon to do. While you're down here, make sure you get any connectors or what have you. Undo them. The radiator and the condenser are both going to come out the top because they're not. Then we'll take care of the starter, which you can't see down there. You'll know. You should know. Well, it's a week later. I got the same hoodie, different pair of pants, and it's about 30 degrees colder. It's chilly in here. So what have we done so far, and what do we have left? Well, you can see a lot's missing. We got the valve covers off, we took off the coil packs, all the electrical that attaches to those. We got the intake off, got the exhaust off, we drained the coolant, but what's next? We gotta take off all these coolant lines that are cemented on this car. I don't feel like they've ever been removed. So we gotta do that. Power steering, I don't know, a lot more stuff as well. You could watch it, watch the video, and you'll find out what I didn't list. Me again. Time for a little update. As you can see, the radiator's gone and the AC condenser. Now with the radiator, I swear those hoses, this is a 2000. They've been on the car for 20 years. They were fused to this car. It was a lot more difficult than I thought. So that's gone. Power steering is almost gone. It's loosened. But next step, we're gonna tackle this water pump here. And fun fact, the LS1 motor comes with a little instrument. Let me give you an example. Reach. Let's get back to work.
Is there a train nearby?
We got the water pump off. We got the power steering disconnected and moved out of the way. Next step are the motor mounts, and then we can jack the car up.
Hey, you know there's a motor mount on that side too. You can be helping me with.
I'll get to it. It's important to update.
Well, it was right at about this time where the guide turned into, let's just get the motor out of the car because both of us have never pulled a motor on a C5 before. Guess we're all learning together. Once you take off the 2000 tunnel cover bolts, also, if you don't have an impact driver, now is when you buy one. Under the tunnel cover, it's going to give us access to the torque tube and the flex plate dust cover. We gotta take them both off. I think the torque tube had about 6 bolts and the flex plate the same thing. Then we used a trans jack to jack the trans and the motor up to try to dislodge everything.
With the torque tube disconnected down below, gotta finish off all the loose ends. Take off the AC motor, disconnect any grounds that we left, and then guess what? It's time to pull the motor. Well, time to get this thing on the engine hoist. We're gonna attach some bolts here where the headers will go, and then hoist it out. Yeah. Welcome back to day 3. Guess what? Just as cold. So yesterday you saw what we got accomplished, so what's in it for today? Well, we got stuck by that pesky power steering rack, whose motor was almost out. A stupid thing got in the way. So we gotta take the wheels off, we're gonna undo the shocks, and we're gonna drop the suspension down a little bit, which hopefully will give us enough room to get this out. I don't want it to go to a day 4, but we'll see. Watch along. Hey, it's future Mike here. Leaving a note for past Mike and future you people who are gonna follow it. When you're taking the bolts off the upper control arm, make sure you have like a spotter or like your hand under to catch the washers and shifts. Otherwise, you're gonna be finding them and then you don't remember which one had to. Just a note, you're welcome. Got him, an idiot! Is finally out of the car. It took a little bit longer than anticipated, but that's okay, because that's what happens when you work on cars. Nothing goes as planned. And if everything did go as planned, well then where would the fun be? That's all we got for you here today. Stay tuned for this good old road to the 9s that's gonna probably take over a year, but we'll get there eventually, and you're gonna follow me along that journey. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for hiding out. Oh, that was cool. There's literally blood, sweat, and tears. Am I right? Blood all over my beautiful JORTS grandpa. Power steering is gone. Next step, we're gonna take off the water pump. But yeah, it's right there. But yeah. Power steering is here, but loose. Okay.
Well, I haven't gone home yet. Can I go home yet?
Well, it took longer than is to get this car. This is a motor, not a